What's your overall assessment there, Daniel? Disappointed with the result in terms of performance?
Yes, of course we are disappointed with the result. In general, it was a close game. I think I just watched the statistic. I think 13 to 11 shots for them, 60-40% possession for us. It was a close game, but my feeling was the first 50 minutes were crucial today, and this first 50 minutes cost the game today. Yeah, of course, we had the first big chance in the game. Timo Pukki won against the goalkeeper, and he was there. Pope was I would say world-class save. If we go and lead in this situation, it would be a massive boost, and also would help in tactical terms, and would have been a completely different game. But my feeling is we didn't start proactive enough in the first 50 minutes, not on the front foot. So we're always a bit slow, and also not like really convinced to play our style. Yeah, to put Burnley back to their box. We were prepared that they would press us. It was quite normal that it's meanwhile a pretty physical side and experienced side on Premier League level, and against a newly promoted side who was praised so much during the last days. In a home game, it was clear that they would attack us and try to press us and be aggressive. But we should have started more on the front foot. So more like to bypass the pressing, to be ourselves a bit more proactive. And with this attitude, then we had also many unnecessary losses of the ball. We're always one step too late. We caused some unnecessary set pieces in the beginning, some free kicks and corners, and also in defending in this moment. So you got the feeling, for example, like we conceded the first goal. So yeah, the delivery was a good delivery, definitely came in, but it's more like, yeah, you have to go into the ball to be proactive and say, okay, listen, the ball comes in, I want to clear it, instead of being a bit too much impressed and just to react. And I think the first 50 minutes we didn't start proactive enough, and this was crucial for the game, because we are not that good that we can say, okay, we are 2-0 down, and it's more like we are not Liverpool and Man City, and yeah, we can easily turn a game at Burnley. So for that, our quality is then not on this level. So my feeling was the first 50 minutes today were crucial.
And having, as you say, flagged up yesterday, set pieces, threat from crosses, to concede 2 goals in that, man, that must frustrate you hugely.
Yes, but it was more or less like we were exactly prepared what would have happened today, and of course I'm annoyed that we concede out of this moments, but it was more like the expression of the whole mental attitude. So it's more like we were a bit too pressed, a bit too scared to play our style, instead of taking the game into our hand and bringing it into the half of Burnley. It's more like we invited them to press us, and we're just reacting. And when you're not start at your best in each and every moment on this level, and then as a newly promoted side, you have no chance to win some points. So in general, I was pleased with reaction, because when you're 2-0 down after this really difficult first 50 minutes, it's difficult to come back into our game. And my feeling was, for example, we should have played the whole game like the second 30 minutes in the first half, because then we dominate possession, we put them back to their own box, we created chances, had also good chances. So the amount of chance after halftime was I would say even on the same level. We had the post, we had Timo Pukki's 1-against-1 the goalkeeper, we had 2 great chances out of headers, but in general this first 50 minutes cost today.
Injuries again reared their head. What's Alex Tetty done? And Tim Krul might have had an injury as well in the warm-up.
Yes, I didn't want to use this as an excuse, but listen, when you have such a situation, so many experienced players injured meanwhile, and especially so many defensive players injured, it doesn't help in the first 50 minutes when you kept your most experienced player. Alex Tetty had to come off already after a few moments because I think he slipped away after a pass and felt a strain in his quad or in his groin. We have to wait what the doctors say. So it seems like he has a muscle injury in his quad or in his groin. Of course, it doesn't help when your captain comes out, your most experienced player, when you're already playing with such a young side. And yeah, Tim Krul had to cancel the warm-up after, I think, already 30 minutes before kick-up, and we tried to get him through the game. Anyhow, with some pills, he was not really capable to move and to be mobile enough. But yeah, anyhow, so you couldn't realize this on the pitch because his performance was all right, but of course it didn't help when 2 of your most experienced players, when you have already so many injured players, Tim Krul and Alex Tetty, are a bit more concentrate on themselves instead of leading this young group. Of course, it didn't help in the first 50 minutes. It was also crucial then, but I don't want to use this as an excuse. So even if you just play with 17-year-old guys, 11, 17-year-old guys on the pitch, it's more like you have to start on the front foot and you have to start a bit more proactive, and this is what we will have to speak about.
Daniel, Did you think the result last weekend, to come from such a high and to use so much energy, may have had an impact on this week starting quite slowly?
No, not at all, because we are modest enough and down to earth enough that we know that this game against Man City has nothing to do with the game today, and we were prepared that, of course, Burnley will start totally on the front foot and will try to press us aggressive. Especially they had to force today a result in a home game against a newly promoted side who was praised that much in the last days. So we were exactly prepared what would happen today. And for that, it didn't pay. We didn't pay any attention to all the praises or whatever. We enjoyed the first day after this win, but we were prepared. And listen, we are not that arrogant after such a win to go to Burnley and think, okay, it's an easy game for us. So we faced today a side who was there with, I don't know, 150 Premier League games in a row, and we just have 5 Premier League games in a row under our belt. So there's no reason to be overconfident or something like this. We know that wherever we go, we are the underdogs, and we have to be at our best in order to gain points at each every ground. And sadly, in the first 50 minutes, we were not at our best today.
On a broader point, you were asked again yesterday about at this level yet to pick up a point or keep a clean sheet away from home. Is that a concern for you at all?
So in general, each and every point counts, and of course you would predict, okay, perhaps there's a bigger chance when you have perhaps a game when the pressure is a bit more on the opponent, like today, instead of picking up some points against Man City or Liverpool or whatever. But I take each and every point, so each and every point counts, and I don't mind if we win points against Man City or Liverpool or against any other side. So for us, each and every game is difficult, and I would label a game for us away at Burnley easier than, for example, a home game against Man City. So for us, each and every game is difficult, and for that, I didn't underestimate this game, and I knew we have to be from the first to the last second at our best in order to be ready to win some points. And like I said, sadly, our first 10-15 minutes were not good enough to take some points today.
I guess on the final point, as you said after last week, don't get too carried away. Same applies today. Keep it on an even keel. Keep moving forward.
Yes, of course, because there were also some positive things we can speak about. So my feeling, so to react as a young team like we reacted when you're 2-0 down after 50 minutes after a really poor start, then to react in this way and not to concede any goal anymore and create chances and to play on the same level against such an experienced side. There are also a few positive things to take, but we'll also speak about the first 50 minutes, and the most important thing is right now, then we have to wait what the doctors will say. I hope Alex Tete won't be out too long, so we have already so many problems with injured players today, and Mo Leitner had to come onto the pitch today. I think there was a decent performance, although my feeling is he was not prepared to play so many minutes, but he handled it in a pretty good way. I hope that Tim Krul will be also ready to go for the next week. So first of all, we have to calm down the load a bit, and hopefully we have a good outcome with the injuries right now. But in general, it's a difficult situation because so many injured players in defense at the moment, and but it makes no sense to complain and to cry and to ask for help or to be concerned about the fate or whatever. So just we will go on and we'll go on with our tools and try to find some solutions to win the next points in the next away game.